On the other side, Nori is in her hostel practicing turning into a cat with her friends. But no matter how hard she tries, after just 3 seconds she loses control and keeps transforming into strange hybrid animals. The next day, Reina sees Nori with her new friends through the window and feels a little sad, thinking that Nori is forgetting her. Just then, that same shadow magic book suddenly opens on its own, and its pages start flipping by themselves. It stops at a particular chapter where a method is written to make hidden powers even stronger. As soon as Reina starts reading it, suddenly a dark smoke begins to form around her, and within moments, it enters straight into her body. A few hours later, all the new students gather in a large hall. Today, a competition is about to take place between the 2 best students from each group, and everyone has come to watch it. First comes the turn of the flares, where Philip and Reina stand face to face. Philip is fully confident that he will win easily, but this time, Reina does something incredible. She turns the corn into perfect popcorn even before the time runs out. When Professor Argon tastes it, she becomes extremely happy because the popcorn is absolutely perfect. In the end, Reina is selected from the flares to perform her magic on Founders Day. Just then, Nori also arrives there and tells everyone that she has been practicing for days to improve her powers. She asks for one last chance to prove herself, and then transforms into a cat in front of everyone. The professor starts timing her, but after just 4 seconds, wings suddenly grow from her back. Once again, Nori loses control and begins transforming into strange hybrid animals again and again. She becomes very scared. Just then, Reina tries to calm her friend, but after reading the shadow magic book, her powers had become far more dangerous than before. Suddenly, she also loses control, and a massive fireball forms heading straight toward Nori. It feels like Nori won't survive this, but at the last moment, she returns to her normal form. Reina immediately apologizes to her, and Bud helps Nori calm down. Seeing all this, Principal Linda becomes very angry. She gives Bud a strict warning that if he cannot control his students, he will lose his job. After this, Nori and the rest of her friends return to the UDM headquarters. Everyone feels very upset because now they have started believing that they will never be able to use their magic properly in life. That's when we find out that Bud was once a UDM student, just like them. He understands the pain of these children, and now he can't tolerate it anymore. So he takes all the kids into the forest and tells them that he is not happy with this job. He cannot watch their dreams break like this. So now he will teach them how to embrace their true abilities. After this, Bud does something unexpected. He starts singing and hearing his voice. Many animals from the forest gather around him. That's when everyone realizes that Bud was also a fuzzy type UDM, but instead of talking, he communicates with animals through singing. In reality, he had been secretly practicing his magic all along so that he wouldn't forget it. Seeing this gives all the children hope, and they realize that they are not alone. Bud promises them that now he will personally train them so they can understand their unique powers and use them the right way. On the other side, while returning, Nori keeps thinking about what happened earlier that day. She starts feeling that something is definitely wrong with Reina's magic, and to find out the truth, she decides to meet her. Meanwhile, when Reina reaches her room, she sees that Chandra is already standing there, holding that same shadow magic book in her hand. Chandra says that it was because of this book that her powers became so strong today. Hearing this, Reina realizes that it was because of that book that Nori's life was put in danger. In anger, she throws Chandra out of the room, but as soon as Chandra leaves, the book magically returns back into the room on its own. Reina angrily opens the door and finds Nori standing right in front of her. The moment she sees her, Reina hugs her tightly, but deep inside, she is scared that Nori might find out the truth about the shadow magic. Because of this fear, she doesn't let Nori stay in her room for long and sends her away. The next morning, as promised, Bud begins training the children. First, he ties a pipe around Andre's waist and tells him to control himself at a steady height. The moment Andre removes his bag, he starts floating into the air again, but this time, he slowly tries to stabilize himself. As the training continues, all the kids begin embracing their unique abilities. Now they stop trying to be perfect like the others, and instead start building their own identity. Elliot begins shaping the smoke coming out of his hands into different forms. Pepper learns how to push objects away with control, and Nori also starts to change. Now she doesn't limit herself to just one animal, but combines 3 to 4 animals together to create new hybrid forms, and gradually starts gaining control over them. Along with this, their friendship grows stronger, and for the first time, they start believing in their magic. On the other side, Reina is watching all of this from a distance, when suddenly Chandra appears in front of her once again. Reina angrily tells her to go away, but now it was too late, because she had already used the shadow magic book. Now a dangerous connection had formed between Chandra and Reina, and the shocking part was that no one else could see Chandra, only Reina could. When the other kids ask Reina who she is talking to, the truth comes out that Chandra is visible only to her. Realizing this, Reina gets scared and immediately runs toward her room, but Chandra does not leave her alone. She provokes Reina and tells her that her power is far greater than anyone else present here. She just needs to let go of her fear and embrace her true strength. Slowly, Reina starts getting influenced by her words and decides to remove her fear and accept the dark magic within her. At that very moment, Nori arrives there, and she can clearly feel that some evil force is surrounding Reina. Now everything becomes clear. Shadow magic is not limited to UDM children, it can take control of anyone. Reina is now completely under the control of dark powers. Even her voice changes, and in a terrifying tone, she says that very soon the entire school will be destroyed. She warns Nori that if she values her life, she should leave this place immediately. Hearing this, Nori gets scared and runs straight to Bud, telling him everything. Nori and her friends decide that they should inform the principal, but Bud stops them. He says that Linda will not believe this, so he asks everyone to wait until the next day. He is sure that the evil force will attack on Founders Day. On the other side, the next morning, all the children and professors gather in the garden. Principal Linda calls Reina onto the stage so she can perform her magic. At first, Reina greets everyone by forming letters in the air with fire, but then suddenly the atmosphere changes. She creates a massive fireball in her hand, and its shadow spreads across the entire garden. Suddenly a terrifying voice echoes from within her, saying that it has returned after many years. Hearing this, all the professors realize that this is the same dangerous shadow magic that had once possessed a child years ago. Now the situation becomes critical. To stop this monster, Professor Argon and her students attack it with fire, but it has no effect. Then animals are called, but they get scared and run away. The other children also try using their powers, but no one is able to stop it. In the end, the UDM kids step forward. Pepper pushes the monster